But yeah, guys, what's happening? Welcome to Vibes Into, I guess. We're here with a special guest, someone who's been troubling Manny P, or Manny P's been
Someone who has
troubling the person.
someone who has threatened this podcast.
No, not this podcast. Say you. Don't say this podcast.
She threatened the whole existence of this podcast. Apparently, she was the one who was calling.
Was it the whole
season.
existence? I did
So, yeah,
actually. I did enjoy last season. You all were very cute. You know, you guys talked about a lot of interesting things. It was a good listen, but I think it's my time to grace the podcast. I think it's time for me to grace the podcast as an active listener.
But yeah,
we've been waiting for
this
moment
Bisola.
for so long.
Bisola. Manny P's been wanting
I'm
you.
counting down.
I've been excited too. I'm ready to go. Okay, I'm ready.
Let's get it.
Yeah, Bisola, straight to it, pal. How do you feel about the fact that, because on the Independence Day episode, we're talking about the fact that guys who grew up in Nigeria don't necessarily rate people who grew up in America, because they say people who grew up in America or people who grew up abroad tend to only claim Nigeria when it's convenient, like Independence Day and stuff like that.
Okay, well, before I get into that, let me give you guys my background real quick. So, yeah, my name is Bisola. I'm Nigerian American, like through and through, as in born and raised in the States. My parents obviously are from Nigeria. And I don't know, I think the first time I went to Nigeria, I was 7. And then I didn't go back till I was like 15. And then I've been like, I think 5 or 6 times now. And then the longest I've ever stayed is like a month. But I feel like I've grown up as close to a regular Nigerian kid as possible, even though I grew up here. Because my parents like made it a point to really like put that into my brothers and I, whether we liked it or not. So sometimes when you all say that, I get offended because it's like you all think we're the watered down versions of like we're not Nigerian enough. And I actually think it's people who have grown up in Nigeria and then move abroad who forget Nigeria more. Like earlier this week in one of my classes, there's this guy, he's like, he hasn't been back to Nigeria in like 7 years and he's never going back. He hates the country. And I was shocked. Like, I feel like it's more of those who grew up there that actually are like low-key anti-Nigeria, like they don't want anything to do with it. I think
but na person wey don enter toilet no say toilet dey smell.
That's true. But no, I mean, okay, that's fair, because whenever I have this debate, those who grew up in Nigeria, they're like, well, it's because you go to Nigeria for holiday, you don't see anything wrong because you go for fun. I get that, but I don't think that, I don't know, sometimes it comes off as if those who grew up back home think that we're not aware of the struggles or the issues, when I feel like, I mean, I wouldn't say we're more aware, but I feel like, we always got threatened with, if you're misbehaving, we'll send you back. Like, we know all the, like, all
but
the
do you think
bad
your parents
things,
would have really sent
the
you
issues.
Back if you misbehave? Do you think your parents would have really sent
I
you
mean,
back?
I know plenty who did get sent back. I think my parents, actually, I don't think they were making mouth. Like, one time, my older brother, he and his friends went to rob somebody's house, and yeah, he almost got sent back.
I'm sorry, what?
How could you just slide down it so casually, like?
No, like,
Yeah,
my older brother, he's actually, in fact, I don't care to even, actually, I don't mind talking about this because he doesn't care, like, we can divulge this information. He actually was born in Nigeria, and I feel like he's the type of people you're talking about. Like, he doesn't really care about Nigeria. He's not really interested. I feel like I should have been the one to be born in Nigeria, actually. But yeah, like, he got threatened a lot.
You also won't be interested. I feel like it's a reason why, no offense, but the reason why you guys are interested is more like you feel left out. Like, you can't call yourself Americans and you can't call yourself Nigerians because, yeah. That's honestly how I see it.
I can understand that, but I feel like at the same time...
You're saying it's an
She's saying that
identity
we're
crisis.
not Nigerian, we're not American. We're just in the middle. So
It's an
obviously, like
identity
it's the same as
crisis.
like biracial
Yeah.
people. They low
Identity,
key
yeah.
have to pick one because you, in essence, you can't actually be both. But
Yeah.
I feel like I have picked one. I feel like I have picked one. I feel like I'm more identified as a Nigerian than an American. Because growing up, especially me, I had a very unique background. Like I grew up in Alabama. I went to like an all white school. No, and then there are not even a lot of Nigerians in Alabama in general. So, or even Africans at that. So I don't know. I feel like I picked one, but I feel like someone like my older brother, he picked one as well. He picked to be an American. So I think it's the ones that are picking and choosing. But I feel you can't actually be both.
Mm.
I don't think you can
Interesting.
effectively be both
Yeah.
because you'll still shit on one.
It makes sense, but
So
I feel like, well, like Nigerians that like in the diaspora that didn't grow up there, y'all can know about what's happening, and like obviously you know it, but just like with us that have actually experienced like things back home, it's a bit different. Although like obviously everyone's still Nigerian in that sense, like we're all Nigerian, we share like the same struggles, but it's just like we've actually lived through the struggles. Like
But
I
like
remember
even
that's
you
growing
what
to
up
I
like
wanted
Emmanuel.
literally
to.
outside of my
Let me actually come for you to Emmanuel. Have you actually lived through the
yeah.
struggle? Do you mean like
I wanted
getting a
to
No,
cab
actually
picked you up
ask.
from school?
I've
I
lived
want to
through the
ask
struggle. Like,
what you mean by experience because who's to say when I went to Nigeria that I didn't have to go through similar experiences, and it might have been worse because we're from
yeah,
Yankee and this and that. This like I feel like.
Yeah,
Well,
plus you're from
anyways, yeah,
Ibadan.
you
You're
can't
from
have
Ibadan,
they
yeah, I'm
so
from Ibadan.
have
I'm
they
from
ever
the
bombed?
sticks.
Have they ever bombed like 5 minutes from where you're at? Ever?
Have it.
Yes,
Calm down.
my mom grew up in Kano, so most of her family, like especially around the time that Boko Haram was getting really bad, the school that my uncle
Mm-hmm.
taught at was bombed, and so that was scary for us. And when we went back to Nigeria that summer, there was a lot of chaos. There were a lot of military checkpoints. And then I felt like,
Mm-hmm.
and then of course my parents were like, "Oh, we're coming from America. Like it's even more scary because we don't know if we're gonna be targets for this and that." So yeah, like I don't think it's fair to assume that we haven't had any experiences.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
feel like, in fact, like when we come from, like, let's say America, Canada, wherever, to visit Nigeria, even visiting our family, I feel like even our family, the people that are supposed to embrace us, give us like a harder time. Like, I remember my first trip to Nigeria at 7 years old. My cousins were outside, like, washing the clothes with their hands. And they asked me to help, and I was like, I don't know how to do that. And I was the biggest joke in the whole compound. But by the end of the trip, I could scrub those clothes and I could do everything.
Oh my days.
I had to prove myself, and I did.
okay, Bisola, let's switch gears a bit, pa. Well,
Okay.
let's dive into the topics that always cause wahala.
Oh,
Um, I think first things first. Let's start with the debate that we're having on. I think we didn't even record this part, but we're having like this conversation. On if you and somebody like moving together, Abi, how is rent meant to be sorted out?
Oh my
how is
god.
rent?
Yeah, how is the rent? Who's meant to pay rent? Is it meant to be split? How is it
It's
meant to?
different for every relationship. It is different for every
Mm.
relationship.
Okay,
Your
Um,
relationship.
your
If
own.
you move in with your
What's
boyfriend,
your own business relationship?
you,
well,
do you
number
know if I
one,
want to move to her?
I don't even believe in shacking up. Personally, I don't see it for myself. That's what we call it here, shacking up. But um, I mean, I think logically it makes sense to do 50-50, but like I said, not everybody is different for
Bisola,
everybody's relationship.
See,
you.
that's why you're
But I'm
American in that sense.
so okay,
I
so
swear, you're
Manny
not a
P, what
Nigerian
would
babe
you
talking right
do?
now.
Okay, well
With
that's
me,
what
but
what would you
go on.
do?
Sorry, my bad. You're a guest.
No,
Go on,
what
go
would
on.
you
It's
do?
fine.
I want to hear. I want to hear what would you do?
Like to be honest, like honestly speaking, uh, just because obviously, um, I don't know how would I say it. I want to say 50-50. Me, I won't split it 50-50. To be honest, just because I carry things on my head. So I'll mostly
Well, yeah,
pay
men,
for
you
like,
guys
let's
have
say,
ego, so you want to feel like you're doing a man's work, right?
you can say that. I'll probably pay for like most of it, but like she would
Okay.
have to like contribute also. And like if I'm paying for most of it, so we're gonna since we're all being traditional and stuff, then at least you should be cooking and stuff and cleaning up the house and other things around the compound and like
The compound.
washing
Not the compound.
I swear, like or maybe like pressing my clothes before work,
Oh my God! In which life, please? No,
No,
I
since we're
mean
like
I
being
don't.
traditional and all, right?
No,
But it all depends, like you said.
personally, it's relationship. Like it depends on the relationship. Personally, though, I'm not even interested in shacking up, so I don't know what I would do. I don't think the Nigerian in me though wants to be like I'm not splitting nothing, but the logical American in me is like, oh, 50-50 is cute. Like,
Yeah,
So are you accepting that Nigerians are illogical in some things?
bro.
yes.
She just
No,
said it.
yes, yes. Sometimes we are backwards thinking in some things. We're not necessarily a progressive people. I'll say that. We're
Okay.
not. We're just not.
So
Okay,
wait,
Bisola.
so
Sorry,
Bisola,
Malachi, continue.
in that same breath, so does that mean that when you go out on like a date, that you and the guy should split it since like that's a
No,
difficult
I'm
thing
not
to do?
splitting. I'm not splitting.
Uh-uh.
The thing is, if I'm going out
But
with a Nigerian guy, no, let me be honest. If
yeah,
I'm going out with an African guy, he doesn't even have to be Nigerian,
yeah.
just from an African country. There's the expectation that he's gonna pay because we know how it is in our culture. If I was going out with a Black American or a white person, I would know that maybe I might have to pay something.
So you
I
carry your
don't
wallet in
actually
that
I don't
case.
actually have the same expectations for like all guys. For me it really depends on where he's from because same with me. I know how I behave when I'm around Nigerians and I know how I am when I'm around Americans.
I see. So like, if you're with a Nigerian guy, can you also have the expectations that you're going to be doing certain things that, let's say, the mothers of way back were doing?
No, because who the hell is doing that
etc.
and I'm not your wife? And even if I was your wife, who says I
Wait,
have to? My own
but
mom does not even do my dad's laundry. So he made her mad one time and she stopped doing his laundry forever. So no.
okay, apart from like the whole laundry part, like you know how like bare Nigerian guys will step out, they'll carry like second wife, or they'll just step out basically, and then the wife forgives them.
Yeah,
Like, what do you
respectfully.
think about that? There, you know,
Now
just like how in
I
our
always
custom
say
we shun divorce and stuff. Like
I
we
always
always
say
look.
and I pray that my husband is not listening to this podcast. If my husband cheats, there's a chance that I'm not gonna divorce him. There's a
Oh,
chance. But
queen.
like if you're
Queen.
a wait, so but if you're a boyfriend, then you can get the fuck
Mhm.
out. Like we can just like cut the whole thing off. Because sometimes like when it comes to marriage, you don't know if there are children involved. There are just a lot of different aspects, and at the same time, marriage is also a business deal. It's not just because I love you. Like it's also a business contract. So it just depends on what things are looking like. But of course, like I don't think anyone should be unhappy. Even if there are children. If your children are gonna see you suffering in the marriage, you might as well just get divorced. So it just depends. But there's a chance I'm not gonna be as quick to be like, oh, I'm just gonna divorce him because cheating can be forgiven. Now if you beat me and other stuff, that's different. That's different.
Yeah, that was a whole different matter.
Yeah,
So we
that's
even gathered the guy too. But if he's cheating, we'll probably beg you to keep the guy. But if he's beating,
That's
that
what
could
you
just
guys
be
always do, all this foolishness. Cheating, and nobody should cheat in the first place. Don't cheat. Don't cheat. Is Dee Dee still here? Though? I would like to hear what she thinks about this.
Yeah,
If
really
she's
hear
still
the
here.
man. Why do you want to hear
I
the
feel I feel like honestly, I would pour hot water on your dick. You're very
hey.
Period.
There's no
Why the
Period.
reason as
violence,
to
man?
yes, there's no reason as to why you should open your leg and just do rubbish because you're not a
Of
dog.
course,
And even dogs have
right?
self-control sometimes. Well, there are some dogs that
Exactly.
you're not a wild animal. So I'm sorry, it doesn't work that way. I will think nah, I don't want to think about it because yeah, like I don't think I will be with someone that will be so foolish or so stupid to do something like that. I just feel like that person doesn't have
Yes,
sense.
I agree.
Like
I
Like,
agree.
yeah,
But
no.
wait, can we
And
create a
especially
scenario?
if the cheating is in public, like if I'm humiliated, oh my God, it's over. I'll say that. Because humiliation, it's one thing to cheat and it's all secret. But if it's like on top of that, I'm humiliated, yeah, it might be
That's
over for you.
just,
Off with his head.
that's just, yeah. No, no, no.
But you said you wanted to create a scenario.
So I'll say like, what if like you know how like down the line sometimes like
Mhm.
sex gets boring, like your wife she's not really trying to try new,
They don't
just
get
trying to
married
try
if
new
sex will get boring.
things, and like let's say for example she's not even having sex with you. For example, you have communicated it that me I need to knock this one that one.
You
and
can
she's
never
not
use
here
sex
for
to
that.
hold someone.
She's not
Period.
exactly. So she was trying to exactly. So she was trying to use the sex. Let's say for example, she's trying to use the sex to hold you down. She doesn't want to give like you guys. She's not agreeing to knock, and you
Yeah.
just step out. You know, a little 1-2-1-2.
No.
Is that technically
no.
cheating? Or
No,
Yes, it is.
no, it is cheating. You should have dissolved the relationship before you went and put your dick where it's not
But
supposed to go.
society shows like divorce. Like they don't look kindly upon like divorcees.
Boy, it's not.
Oh
like,
no,
that's
no,
a
no! That's only for women.
justification.
That's only for women. Men, like honestly, men, nobody really cares if you're divorced like that. That it's always the woman who loses. But yeah, as Didi was saying,
Mm.
there's nothing to justify that. You
Like,
should
there's
just dissolve the
nothing.
relationship. Why the hell are you cheating? Just dissolve the relationship if you don't want to be with her. And if it's to the point, yeah, if you don't want to be with her, then leave the relationship. If she's not giving you what you want, then leave.
But
You
like
don't
you
have
still
to
want
cheat.
the babe.
So, like-
Like you just.
Okay, now work on the marriage. Ask yourself why she doesn't want to have sex with you in the first place.
Jesus.
How are you blaming the man?
Sometimes it's not even about you. Like sometimes it's like
No, but
just for
try
sex,
to figure out maybe why doesn't she want to have sex? What is the issue? Did I do something? Is there something she's feeling? Figure out in the first place why. Because it may not necessarily be. She may not necessarily just want to be holding you with that.
I have a question.
She shouldn't even hold you with that. That's not right. She shouldn't.
No,
so
it's
what's
not
your
right.
take on this 28 acres of land?
Oh my god.
No, women are just out here looking stupid. That's what I think.
Jesus.
How are they
I
looking
just think-
stupid because of that?
By
Because
rewarding the
I
king?
don't. Is he a king? That's the first question. Is he a king? What kingly behavior did he even explain?
Is her king?
Is it what makes
Maybe
him a king?
dominated
How?
her.
Why is he a king? Oh my god!
Probably dominated
Not he
her.
dominated her. No, so
He
we're
conquered
rewarding
her.
mediocrity. That's what
You
I.
just say, "Conquer
We're
that."
rewarding mediocrity. We're celebrating
But like you don't know
being
like the
average at
dynamics
best.
of their relationship though. Like you don't know the dynamics of like what if there's stuff like is done in private that like didn't really like she didn't really come out to broadcast. Like what if he's even gifted her something even more than that?
I mean, if it works, if it works for them, if they like it, I love it for them. I just don't see myself doing that. Why giving him 28 acres of land for what? Why?
I think it's a nice gesture.
Bisola, will you fly?
What is he gonna? First of all, do you think the man is even gonna do something sensible with the land?
You open a strip club. Yeah.
Wait,
That's what,
is it?
I wouldn't honestly.
That land.
Right now, I would not give that gift to a man. I would rather give it to. I don't know. I just have no hope with men. I don't see him doing something. Yeah, I would never give that to a man. I don't see him doing anything feasible or useful with that, anyways.
So
Rather,
like,
what I would do.
Men, just say that.
No, but what I would do, that's so smart because that's like investing. So I read her reason and it's very valid. That's investing in generational wealth. But generational wealth involves, like, it has to be our generation. Like, we have to be together. So if I was married, it would be something where I'll say, let's gift ourselves. Like my husband and I, let's this be a gift for us, like maybe celebrate a milestone or something, then let's build our house on this or something different, but just giving it to you and putting your name in it.
And he's not, they're not married, we don't know if he's even cheating or doing nonsense, like we don't, I think it's stupid.
I think it's a good gesture.
I think it's a good gesture, but
it's cute, but it's stupidity at the same time. Like, I don't think it's smart, if I'm being honest.
But men be doing the most for women, and I don't hear any like.
No, I
public,
know, and I don't
Like
support
what?
it too.
Like buying a purse? Is buying a purse doing the most?
I'm like, how much is a Birkin bag?
What,
It's
30,000? They go up to 100K, I think.
See the way she just casually say what 30,000, like 30,000. They find out for street.
Bro, like, bro, guys will be like buying like, bro, come on, like everything accumulates. Like even if it's not like all like that one item cost like that land. Like,
But do you see where she? Do you hear the way she said it?
No,
What,
but I won't
30,000?
even lie.
What,
I get
10,000?
what
As if it's,
I get what you guys are saying, because imagine someone like Offset, all these people that buy 30,000 once, 30,000 every month, 30,000. That
Exactly.
it's eventually, I don't know how much an 28 acres of land is, but I think it will eventually add up. And I think the reason as to why it's kind of big is like if a guy had done it, trust me, you'd be like, oh my god, this is a man, marry him, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, marry
Right,
him.
that's true. It is there is
Yeah.
a double standard.
Yeah, it's just like the guys don't have sense.
That's why
to
you
do
don't
that.
do shit. You
Guys don't have
nice
sense to do
things
that,
for
that kind
ladies.
of thing. No, but guys don't have
If
sense to
you're
do
listening
that
this
kind of
podcast-
thing.
If you're listening to this podcast, stop doing nice things to ladies. Like, you don't.
What's wrong with this guy? Are you okay? I'm
Look
just
at
saying,
him,
like,
enemy
guys
of
don't have
progress.
sense. Guys just don't have sense.
Clearly
That's just the
ungrateful.
truth.
And it's
If
a lot
you've
of
paid-
girls
if
who are
you've sent
stupid
a-
over guys as well. So
If
we
you
all
sent
don't
out
have sense
PayPal,
together.
Venmo to make a hair, my bro, cancel that interact right now. Cancel that
Oh
transaction.
god, this guy. You're
But
cracking
that's
me
what I'm
up.
saying. All you're like, I don't get what is so big in getting somebody's hair done. You guys are acting like exactly like you gave someone land or you
They're
gave
broke
her your
boys.
kidney. Like, what is it to do hair? How much does doing hair cost?
Do you know?
Do you know how much
Do you know
$20
the
is
rates
this
in
economy?
Canada? 200 exactly.
Do you know the exchange
No, but
rate?
I'm
Economy.
saying
Do you know
that
the
is
exchange
a
rate?
small money in terms of like. Anyways.
But mind you, we're
Just
not
anyways.
musicians. We're literally just fresh off university, out of university, just working. Like, we're not
Are
musicians.
you still claiming
or
out of
scammers.
university?
Bro, I'm fresh out of
Okay.
university.
Exactly. You no go, they do pass yourself, as they say. Don't do more than you can do. But all these things you guys are
Yeah.
talking about, it's nothing. They're not these big, like, oh my God, you paid for someone to do their nails. How much is nails? Like,
Jesus Christ. Do you see the way they just
Do you
shove
know if I
things
paid,
on that?
bro?
Do you see the way they just shove things on that nails?
How much is- bro?
but that's what I'm saying. You guys are not saying anything that's big. We're talking about someone who gave almost 30 acres of land, and you all are talking about hair.
Do you know how expensive you guys' hair can be? Like,
Oh, so you know it's expensive, but you won't be treating the women. So you know what things are expensive. When people talking about women, I see they're trash. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Exactly.
So,
Expensive
More
trash.
times, more times. More times, man.
What times?
You know that more times.
I
Yo,
don't get what it's
so they
about.
said-
said
So
what?
apparently, okay, I'm gonna find how much is 28 acres of land.
Yes, that's
In
know how
Memphis,
much.
It also
in Memphis,
depends on
in
where you buy the
Memphis.
land.
That's in Memphis.
Okay, Memphis.
In
It's gonna be
Memphis?
cheap in
Okay.
Memphis, to be honest, because it's the South. Like, in this part of America, land is not that expensive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
In
man,
the
if you
South.
do also want to ask the question you asked when we're closing,
Which
to
one?
Bisola, the question you asked when we're closing the Independence Day episode about close friends and private story.
True. But let's not repeat questions, too. Let's not repeat it because that's already on another episode.
I wanted to just see our opinion on that. That's what I wanted to see our opinion. That was fun.
Okay, I guess I'll ask her something else too. So, Bisola, what do you think? Where, let's say, for example, now I follow you on Instagram. For example, don't get excited. For example, I follow you. I follow you.
Oh
now
my
on
God!
Instagram
Shut the
now.
fuck up. This guy.
Yeah.
No, it's really fuck him.
For example, I follow you now, make your nights or whatever, and then you now add me to your close friends. Like, what does that mean? What indication is that?
I mean, to me, that means the person fucks with you. But I don't even have a close friends because I kind of think it's stupid. And I'll say this all the time. I'm the type of person is either you can follow me or you can't. If I don't want you to see the stuff I post, then I'll just remove you from my followers. I'm not gonna make a separate list of
Jesus
quote
Christ.
unquote elite followers. But I've always been that way. Either you're blocked, like you can't see nothing, or you can see everything. So no one is special on my Instagram. You're all the same. But I think
I see.
other people, the close friends, maybe it means that they fuck with you. Maybe they just want you to see their business. maybe they feel like you're not judgmental. There are plenty of people who added me to their close friends, and I'm just like, why? We don't even talk. And it's so sad because a lot of the stuff they're posting, I'm quietly judging. But they added me, so that means the person probably thinks highly of you. They must think very highly of me. Too highly.
If you have Bisola on your close friends,
You know
please
what
take
to
her
do.
off.
You know what to do.
She's judging. She's
No, I'm
hard.
judging so hard. I'm judging hard. I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care.
Man.
So it's the same thing with like Snapchat. You don't have a private story.
No. I just won't add you or I'll unadd you. Like, I'll never forget in high school, this girl was like, why did you remove me from your Snapchat? And I was like, because I don't want you to watch any of my stuff. And then the teacher was like, why don't you just add her to the list of like people who can't view your story, but they're still on your Snapchat? And I was like, then that defeats the whole purpose of the app. Why would I add you and you can't even watch anything? You might as well just be removed completely. That's how I feel, honestly, about the close friends, this and that. Like, get the hell, get off.
I have a random
You can't
question.
See. What's that?
You just randomly slipped in. Your brother went to rob a house. Do you mind sharing that story?
Oh my God, it was so dumb. Okay,
God.
I don't mind sharing because my brother too. He doesn't mind. It's a story we laugh about often. So, I told you guys I grew up.
Don't put any specific details, Sha. Just generalize it.
No, we're not
Oh,
gonna. I know
names.
how to do story time now. There's no names,
Oh,
nothing.
okay.
So basically, I grew up in the middle of Alabama, like a very small town, and we also went to like private school. So our school was mostly white people, and then we're like the three African kids from wherever who just happened to go to
Oyo
school. So
State.
making friends, yeah, Oyo State. So making friends was always hard. But anyways, at that time there was like one black kid. He actually lived in our neighborhood, but then his parents also put him in the school. But he ended up getting expelled, and it was just a lot going on. But my brother and him were still friends. And then there was also this white guy, but I'm gonna say it with my chest. You know, like there's some white people that the upper echelon white people don't necessarily claim them. You know, unfortunately, they're like what people consider the rejects of the white community. That was this guy. Like
Like white
the
trash.
white kids, yeah, the other white people didn't really fuck with him like that. So of course he would hang out with the Nigerian kid and then this African American guy that just so happened to be in the school, and he also happened to live in our neighborhood. I never really liked the two guys, but the African American guy, me and his sister were kind of cool. So I don't know. It was like we're all cool, but then I don't really like the guys. My parents definitely didn't like them, but at the same time, he doesn't have friends, so it's not like you don't want to send his only two friends away. So it's just like, okay, well, if you're hanging with them, be careful. Anyways,
Just
one
manage
night,
that.
right. Anyways, one night, it was so funny because my grandma actually was visiting us from Nigeria, so it was like a big or it was like a big thing. He ended up going out. My parents were gone. Myself and my younger brother, we were at home that day, but we weren't old enough to hang out with them. They used to like walk around the neighborhood. It was another guy that went to our school, this Asian guy actually. So the school wasn't diverse. So obviously all of them will know each other because the school is not diverse. All the black people knew each other, all the Asians, everybody knew each other.
Yeah.
He happened to live in our neighborhood. So it was like they wanted to play a prank on their friend. The Asian guy had let them know that he and his family is going to be out of town for the weekend. So my brother and the two other guys thought it would be funny to go to the guy's house. My brother says that he didn't know what they were going to do there. They thought they were just going to go. But the other two, when they got into the house, they were throwing eggs around, flour. They trashed the house. According to my older brother, he said he just stood there watching them. He didn't do anything. He said he just stood there and watched them. But anyways,
So
they
technically,
thought
it
it
was
would
not
be
a
cute.
robbery. It wasn't a robbery.
Well, they took some things too. They took some things. The other two
Okay.
guys took some things. They also broke some things in the house.
Yeah.
So they trashed the house. They took a few things. They drank ate food that was in the fridge, drank drinks. Like they took some things.
What the hell?
Just right. So
Wait.
then,
And your brother is saying he did not know What was going on?
He said he didn't know what was going on. He said he was just standing there. That's what he said. Me, I don't know. He's actually
food.
very nice. Right. But he claims he didn't know anything. They thought that they're just gonna do that and then nothing. About a day later, the Asian family comes back. They called the police. And it was like, oh, did you hear that so-and-so's house got broken into? Like, my mom said it, like, that's even your classmate. So, like, oh, my shit. Like, this is so sad. Like, wow. Just, like, here's my brother, like, he just looks so uncomfortable. And then the other parents happened to call my parents as well. Like, oh, did you hear what happened in so-and-so's house? Like, this is just crazy. My dad is not a stupid person. He's a very smart man. He was like, so where was my brother and the other two guys, like, that night? Yeah. Like, didn't they go out? Like, wow, like, and they even used to roam around the neighborhood. Like, wouldn't they have seen something? My dad called he called back the parents of the other two guys, and they all met at our house. And my dad was like, something happened to your friend's house, and you people are not even concerned. You guys are not even talking. And basically, my dad was like, if you guys don't get to talking, everybody's going back to Nigeria. Even the American, even the white guy, even the African American, everybody's going. He's like, everybody's going. And then the other parents were like, where did you say you're from again? Like, what are you talking? They were shocked. My dad was like, no, everybody's going back to Nigeria. Everybody's suffering a punishment. What happened? So they had to confess. And they had to clean the guy's house up. They had to replace everything that they drank and ate. It was just a big mess. And you know how Nigerian dads are. Like, obviously the other two got it bad, but my older brother got it the worst. Like, yeah, it was terrible. And I was so ashamed for him. I was like, look at my stupid brother doing stupid things. Like, yeah. And that's how the story went. It was so embarrassing.
Did they flog you?
It was so embarrassing.
It was so embarrassing. No, he didn't get beat, but my dad was like, you're even the tallest one here, and you're behaving like, you know how our parents do, like, all the insults. You're big for nothing, like, everything. It was very funny.
I'm so disappointed. All those vibes.
No, you're even the tallest one here, and you couldn't stand up for the weak. You know how they talk now, like, all these things, like, is this what we came to America for you to be doing? Just turning into riffraff, going the wrong direction, going down the wrong path, everything. It's funny though, because the two guys, one of them, he ended up getting kicked out of our school, like, for failing a drug test. And then the other one, he was in school. He was in the other one. They used to, right? They used to drug test us at my school, like random drug tests. And then the other one, he got kicked out because he called one white girl the C word on Twitter. And the type of school I went to, well, first of all, you know, white people take offense to the C word, like, seriously. And the type of school I went to, like, he called her a cunt. Yeah.
Oh, no.
So, but like white people, they get very offended by that. So yeah, in my type of school,
expelled him
for that. Yeah.
So would they have expelled someone else if they called like a black person nigger? Would they have?
No, I don't think so. This type of school I went to, I don't think so. Well, let me take
like
the
in
picture.
Alabama or some shit?
I went to, it was in Alabama, but I also went to private school, so it was like the rich, bougie white people. Like my school, even the argument that led to like the thing that led to the argument is at my school, it was so like bougie. The students had their own parking lot. Like we had our own parking deck, and then the city built a bridge. The city built a bridge for us to walk from our parking lot to our school, like to the actual campus. So like everyone driving in the city could see like the name of our school, and then they would see us walking on the bridge that the city built for us to walk from our parking lot to school. So like the girls used to drive like these big Range Rovers, like it was that type of school, like very preppy, fraternity, like that was the type of school. So the argument.
Did you ever see? Did you ever see Klansman? Or Klansman?
Black Klansman? The movie?
KKK. Is that, no, KKK,
yeah, I watched that. It was very good. No,
I mean, did you ever see them in real life?
Oh, I mean, like that.
Because you're in Alabama, like.
No, personally, I never saw that, but there were a lot of people I went to school with that they might as well have told me that they're part of the KKK. Like it was very rough. It was rough. But yeah,
I
basically
can
the
imagine,
argument
bro.
was I think the guy had parked in this girl's parking lot or parking spot, and she drove this big Range Rover, and she was like, "Why the fuck did you park in my spot?" Like that's what they argued about. And then he called her a C word, like stop acting like a the C word, and then he got expelled
Vibes.
because her mom and dad complained.
But if it's on top insult that they used to expel people in Niger, that means my whole set.
Bro,
My whole set, I've gotten expelled.
No, the school, they didn't care. Like the black kids, they used to call us all types of everything. Nobody would say nothing. They would tell us, "Oh, they were just having a bad day," and we just had to suck it up.
Imagine they expel
but
people in Turkish because of
bro,
insult.
this guy is zero, man.
They expel everybody.
Guys, even teachers, so if it's like that, they'll be sacking teachers now. They'll call you bastard. Bro,
No, it's just that is one thing. I hear so many stories about school in Nigeria. I can't even
You see,
imagine.
boarding school in Niger, different type of animal. Where students will be arguing with teacher, and the teacher will say nonsense. They'll try to treat your fuck up. They'll try to treat teachers fuck up. I say, bro.
Right there and there, man. Enough fights. That's what I was saying that earlier. That I was like, you guys that live up, Nigerians that live abroad or grow up abroad, like, do you guys even know what it means to like go to bed?
No,
with
I
no
can
nightcap? This is
say
your nightcap. You drink water
I
and
can
swallow
say
your spit.
we cannot relate to the school. The schooling situation, I'll say yes, I think you all had it terrible. I will say we can never relate to that ever. And I'm even glad, but yeah, because that sounds like hell. Like I've had
Yeah,
some of my friends who grew up in Nigeria, they'll tell me that yeah, in boarding school at night my roommate will be doing incantation on me, just all type of bullshit. I'm like, I
wait,
could
what?
Guy, what?
Wait,
No,
that's
I've
definitely
heard
like somewhere like in
some
Ekiti or somewhere
someone
because what the fuck?
actually no, the person they're like all these Isoko Ishekiri people. Yeah, I heard once
Didi
that
them.
someone's
Uh-uh.
roommate was doing incantation on her
No, it's possible.
in the middle
Like
of
I
the
know that
night.
I had one that was telling me Portia, that's her name. I really liked her. She helped me. But when I went to boarding school, she was telling me how she's been in this school that they had to pull her out of it. It was so bad. 14 name is in Abuja. But that they
Abuja.
actually it was like they were witches. They were actually witches. Like if you don't initiate into the witch cult, they will actually kill you. Like it was really that bad.
Hey,
She
Are
used
you
to have
dead
so many
ass?
stories. I'm not joking. She's like, yeah, like that school was with witches. She's like Muslim. She's like Elsa, and she came to a Catholic school. It was really that bad. Like they had to pull her. They're like they don't care. Like they're putting her in a school that has
I'm not.
God.
That's probably true because my mom even went to boarding school in the north, and she said they even built her school on top of a graveyard. So at night, the witches and wizards used to be flying and
What the
terrorizing
hell?
them.
See, this is why I
Hmm.
don't move to Nigerian babes, man.
Because of what? You think we're gonna jazz
You're,
you?
you're the witches, man. You're the diabolical.
I feel like
Like,
it's
that's,
even the
that's my
men. You
biggest
guys are
fear.
more. The men.
See,
You guys are more witches. In fact, you guys just don't know
like
it.
we're just demons by character, but you guys are demons spiritually.
No. I really think the lack of spirituality amongst Nigerian men, that's what even makes you guys have the demons.
I swear.
How can girls be
They're more
having
like
soul
vulnerable.
ties? Be having soul ties after dealing with you guys. It's like the girls are gonna die. Like I really think that's the issue. You guys are more of the witches. You
I
guys are.
agree.
Your lack of
Do you mind explaining the soul
spirituality.
ties? Do you mind explaining the soul ties, P?
Okay, so based on your religion, well, I think all religions kind of acknowledge soul ties. There's a reason why they say that you're not supposed to sleep with anyone before you get married because in marriage or like in having sex, you make a covenant
Mm-hmm.
with your partner. And that is a
Mm-hmm.
soul tie that's supposed to keep you together like
Mhm.
in
I
holy
see.
matrimony. But we
Mhm.
know,
I see.
the girls and boys are knacking, people are fucking, doing
Mm-hmm.
whatever they want to do, and so in doing that, you might actually form a soul tie with someone outside of marriage, which could then be detrimental. So there's some girls who will literally, maybe they'll sleep with the guy, and it doesn't necessarily have to be sex, because you can actually form soul ties with like friends. That's why you have to be careful in the things that you discuss, you share with other people. You might form a soul tie
I
with someone,
agree.
and you might end up running crazy
Yeah, I
because
totally agree.
maybe you did, like, you formed a covenant with someone actually that was premature or the wrong person, and it can actually kill you. Like, I've heard a lot of girls that when they describe, oh, I can't leave him, I can't let him go, I can't, so
Yeah.
they actually, like, it's a soul tie. There's a reason why you're almost killing yourself because of someone. It's not as easy
Damn.
as just stop talking to him. There's actually, like, maybe something spiritually that needs to be done so that you can, like, set yourself free. It actually
Hmm.
happens. But the thing is, a lot of, like, I feel like a lot of, I think in our culture, especially the women, they make us to be aware of that. And I think the guys too, but nobody actually, like, I don't know, guys
The
spiritually tend to
reason
be lazy, like,
they make us
in
aware of
all
it, but
cultures.
you know the issue. Yeah, they make us aware of it, but the issue is that they then exploit that moment to actually educate people and exploit it for their own use. So a lot of
That's
people,
true.
so a lot of people see it and I'm like, oh god, it's just like people saying, oh yeah, save yourself before marriage, blah, 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 blah. But what they don't realize that it's not just that. It's because like that whole culture stuff, like older people want to prove, oh yes, even though half of them didn't do that, but they then take advantage of that. That's honestly it. I just feel like
That's true.
Nigerians take advantage of everything rather than educate people. They just milk people.
I'm a
That's
truth.
true.
Yeah.
Are you with me? Celibacy gang from now on, man.
Well, it's been celibacy gang
Period.
since time, bro. Because, bro,
Yeah.
the streets is tough, bro. The streets is tough, lad.
Because imagine you
Oh,
gotta
I hope
form
you
soul
guys are
ties
gonna
with
be
You
one.
got
outside though.
you gotta
Be
knock one
outside for
witch.
independence.
You gotta knock
Oh no,
one
it's
witch.
true. Some of you are
Should not
having
be
sex
you.
with witches. Yes, having sex with
Wait,
witches.
what
You
the hell
guys,
are you
like, it's
saying?
deeper.
God
Or let me
forbid.
tell you something.
God
No, for real,
forbid.
Emmanuel. Like this thing she's saying is true because some people, right? Their family members or their mom or their whatever they have tied their destiny that whoever they come in contact with, it's like messy. So that's why it's very
Jesus
intentional.
Christ.
Even people you speak to, you relate with, you have to be very
Mhm.
like careful. Like that's why you were saying that this
Yeah,
time
it's
when I
not
remember in this podcast
right.
episode you said like, oh guys, we just relate. But I think that's something about women that we don't know. Yeah, we can be bitches when we meet people for the first time, but also sometimes I think it's just that intuition of being very protective of our space and being
Yeah,
very
that's
protective of who
true.
we are. That's
Yeah,
another thing. But you will just
naturally,
open your
as
nyash.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like
I think you're right. Naturally, women were taught to be protectors of our home, protectors of this and that. It's supposed to be in our nature, so I do think we're more mindful. But as you said, guys really, especially Nigerian guys, just relate with the whole world. You guys have to stop doing that because you don't know. No, you don't know who you're meeting. Even if it's in friendship, there are some people that maybe if you associate with them, you're never gonna achieve what you're supposed to achieve in life. Not because there's anything necessarily wrong with them, but you don't know what their people did for them. That they'll just maybe they have something holding them back, and in associating with them, you two, you're also holding yourself back. You'll now
mm,
tie yourself together where you're not supposed to be tied. You
And
have to
that's
be
that's I'm a
careful.
child of God.
Baba.
Popsy is a
oh,
All
pastor.
the
you
Period.
think
Yo.
it's
dirties on
I
the
you
know
think
street.
it's
that's
all by
right.
mouth.
They dedicated me to the church when I was born.
It
You know,
doesn't. Yeah, but
But if
like
you're
okay, it's the same
saved,
thing.
you're
they do
saved.
it.
No, guys. Okay, let me just make you
I'm
people know
saying,
that you get to a particular age where that's aspect like you're not covered. Okay, how do I explain? Okay, yeah, when you grow up, you get to a particular age where your parents don't feed you
mm-hmm,
milk anymore. Like you're expected to now start feeding yourself, and there's so many expectations from you. You can't just go there, popsy, my laptop broke or my phone broke. You get to that particular stage where you can't do that anymore. You also get to that stage where that whole cloud of covering of oh my parents are praying for me. Yes, it is there, but then you're you're able to do that for yourself. And once you're not doing that, then it's you. Like it's just you now. When you were young, yes, you were under their protection, but now that you're getting older, it's you. So you can't go and chase fire, and then when you get burnt, you be like, I will heal fast because my parents are praying for me.
That's
Nah,
true. You also need to
it's
pray for yourself That's actually the most powerful prayer because there's some people that will pray on your matter. If you're not interested, nothing will ever it won't work. You also need to pray for yourself. Help yourself.
So I've taken 2 things away from this: stay away from women and pray more.
It's really
the men. It's really the men that we need to run away from you all because you guys are just sucking our destiny. And in Nigeria too, that's a thing now. Like all these babalawos and stuff, they steal girls' panties because they believe. Like at least in Yoruba land, it's actually a thing that they think that women are associated with yes now. So you guys,
divinity
it's even,
and all of that.
Yes, now it's even us that we need to run away from you.
Although
you guys are gonna suck all the goodness.
They do that. They do that for like schools, even all girls schools. Like they have to.
Yeah, they used to tell the girls to burn their underwear instead of just like their old underwear instead of throwing it out, so no one will take it for juju.
So guys, as we're wrapping up, I want to this thing. So can we accept that Manipi and Bisola on good terms now?
Oh my God, that's so true.
There's peace. There's Manipi.
I didn't even, to be honest though, I wasn't even sure what we're worrying about. I just know I have bad mouth.
I wasn't beefing her, man. She was just saying a lot. Yeah,
a lot
like
of what?
I was saying a lot of what?
And she came here on the pod, and she couldn't match that same energy. So,
excuse me, I didn't match the energy. We didn't talk about anything spicy like that. Don't worry. If I come back, if I have the pleasure of coming back, I'll give you a show. Don't worry.
We'll think about it, man. We'll have to review your episode first to see.
You're so rude.
Can you imagine? But yeah, man.
No, but you actually vibes, man. I didn't expect much, to be honest, for your vibes.
No, it's that I didn't expect much from me. But it's okay. I'm happy to have been a nice, pleasant surprise.
God. You need to increase your expectations for Nigerian women. Like, I don't know why.
Period. I don't know why he thinks we're just gutter. Well, I don't know why he thinks we're just gutter. We're bottom of the barrel. Oh my gosh.
Y'all don't help.
Do you care to share?
You don't have. I'm always talking about it on the pod, honestly. Like, did you listen to the last episode, Auto Deposit one?
Oh, I'm going to right after this. I've been busy. I missed that one. I apologize.
Like, if you listen to the story time on that one, you understand where his pain is coming from. You understand his pain.
Oh my God, no. One day, yes. If I ever come back, I would like to share some story time about myself, not the other people this time. Because Chukwudi, you should know I have some of the craziest stories.
Thank you for
thanks for having me.
I
enjoyed my time.
Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. I appreciate you.
You are welcome.
Thank you.
I will catch you guys.
Thank you.
No, you're welcome. It's a great podcast. And I'll catch you guys another time.
Alright guys, easy.
Thanks for helping on.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.